All right, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome into the training. Hope everyone's having a good week so far. We're at Thursday. So let's begin. Let's see who's popping in here. Kyan, welcome back as always. Let's see. Ron, are you new to Dub or returning? You can put a one in the chat if you're new, two if you're returning. That would be fantastic. So anyone that's coming in, please put a one in the chat if you're new to Dub, two if you're returning. Two would be, you know your way around Dub. You kind of been using it for a while. Maybe it's been a while since you've been into been into the training. That would be fantastic. JR, thank you. Ron, one and two, huh? All right, so Ron, let me come over to you. You can unmute yourself if you'd like to. Hi, Ron.
Good afternoon, morning to you.
How are you?
I'm all right.
So talk to me
So,
about that one and the two. Where are you at?
well, I bought Dubb and then I paid for like a year or so
Yeah.
and haven't used it.
When did you sign up?
Uh, it's been probably, like I said, almost a year and a half.
Oh, since you did. Okay, got it. Okay, yeah. So let's get you moving, huh? So let's go. Let's get
Yeah,
started.
yeah. I was supposed to, well, it doesn't matter. I'm an insurance agent
Okay.
specializing in Medicare, so I should um let's see. Where am I? Do I have a camera setting where you can actually see me?
No, no. For the trainings for these, it's all
Oh, okay.
just audio. But I was gonna ask
Okay.
you for the.
It just keeps popping up with my picture when I'm talking.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's cool.
So,
Uh,
okay.
yeah.
Um anyway, so I'm an insurance agent
Mhm.
and I do Medicare
Yeah.
supplements. So,
Okay.
that's my market. That's what I'm trying to figure out how to use, and it just keeps getting sidetracked because it's easy. If something's easy to do, it's easy not to do.
Sure. Yeah, no, right. It's easy both ways, right? Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
get it. Let me ask you this in terms of what you're doing. So for the folks that you work with and clients, how do they come your way? Are they referrals? Do you have ads? Do you get lists that you kind of cold email, cold outreach? How does that work for you?
I do seminars.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So I send out postcards
Hmm.
and I do seminars in libraries.
Okay.
So they're not, no meals, just I'm giving education.
Sure,
I
sure.
don't even give them a bottle of water. And at the end of the seminar, I tell them, hey, if you'd like some help, fill out my card. If you don't, that's okay. You'll never hear from me again.
Okay, got it. Okay, and then these seminars that you set up at the library, how do you kind of let everyone know about that? Do you have mailing lists that you send those postcards out to, and it invites them to the event? And then once they're there,
Yes, I use a mail house that sends out about 400 mailers per location.
how many locations?
Usually four. So
Okay,
I mail out between 1,600 and 2,000
okay.
mailers.
How about the along with the seminars, do you do any webinars as well, or is it solely just in person?
I have not figured out how to do webinars yet, but I'm thinking that's a good idea.
Yeah, just because you can do you can really scale it up with the webinars. So you can go into Zoom
Yeah.
and create a webinar event. But I was going to say for the people that do fill out the cards, they end up booking a time with you, I would imagine, and you meet them in Zoom, or do you actually meet them in person when you actually go through everything?
I meet them face to face.
Okay, got it. So you meet somewhere face to face. Okay.
Yeah.
And then in terms of the your contacts, do you have like a CRM that you use or anything, like a HubSpot or a Salesforce, or do you just have it in Sheets, or do you have it inside Dubb?
I have them, they fill out a sheet and then I put that sheet in my little old fashioned tickler file.
Oh, nice. Okay, you got the tickler file. Okay, got it. Yeah, that's cool. Like the Rolodex. Um, okay, so I would say this, just from like, as far as getting you going with the use cases here, I would say it's always good to have definite use cases and definite tech for that. So for you with the seminars, I would recommend two things if you want to do it. One would be having a QR code on the mailers that go out. And the QR code could be a nice dub video. And what you could do is you could do something like this. Let me show you this. Let me share here. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
So anytime, and this is for everybody here, anytime you record a dub video, it's a 3 second animated video GIF preview. So when you hit record, the first 3 seconds are going to loop. You can with editing take a different part, but just know when you hit record, no matter what way you're recording, first 3 seconds. So we always talk about having a hook, context, make it interesting. So if I got that flyer in the mail and every dub video has a QR code, I would have the video, like when they click on the QR code, it's going to take them to a landing page. We call it a preset. So anytime you send anyone a dub video anyway, whether it's QR code, email, text, whatever, and they click on it, you're brought here to a landing page. So imagine if this video had you, I have the Dub mobile app on my phone, has a little whiteboard feature. Imagine if it said, you're invited, or it had location or a seminar for you, something like that, right? Something
Mm.
that would be engaging for them to see. So they click on the QR code, and then below here you have your calls to action, and they can actually register for the event or fill out a form, whatever you want them to do. Um, the key is in terms of the GIF, this style would work really well. And also, I think this style would work really well. And this is recorded from the same webcam inside of Dubb. You could have the library behind you, or you could have the location behind you, or you could have a screenshot behind you. Maybe of if you did you ever take photos or videos of like when you meet with folks, like kind of the everyone sitting down, kind of having a good time?
No.
Yeah, so what you could do is you could do something like this, right? With the library behind you, location screenshot, something like this where the message is on the phone, says you're invited, or you could even do something like this. So the next time you have a seminar, grab the Dubb mobile app on your phone. And, people want to get filmed, whatever this is called picture in picture. A lot of real estate folks use it where it uses two cameras on the phone at the same time. And you could
Uh-huh.
get some great footage of everyone waving and you're all hanging out, you're doing the seminar. And then for future seminars, you could have a video like this that's on the QR code that said, "Hey, would love to come join the seminar." So I think these three specific examples of just getting you going and recording something, I think this would probably be the easiest one to do, or one like this. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. And I'm also thinking because because I just have a Google Voice number on the card,
Hmm.
and that's what so they call the Google Voice
Hmm.
and make the RSVP.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, you could have whatever action you want them to
And
do. I just think the
and
biggest
so
thing is what do they see? You know what I mean? What do they see? And then
yeah.
when you're
Well, I'm
there,
thinking this would be a good thank you for the RSVP.
yeah, there you go.
Because I normally respond with a text back.
Yeah.
Thank you for the RSVP. I look forward to meeting you. And but I'm also thinking because I don't do a very good job of um following up with a reminder
Hmm.
that, hey, the seminar is tomorrow night. Just wanted to remind you, I look forward to meeting you.
Yeah.
Um,
You could do
because
you
you
could
know,
do a bulk send if you have the contacts for everyone, just a one like schedule it like a bulk send to everybody, and it could say on here, "Hey, your reminder," and that could go out.
yeah,
So you could do something like that where you could set it up prior, and that's something where you can meet with the team. We have a training on that, but if you ever had your group of contacts, upload them into Dubb, and then send a bulk send and have it on a certain date that you want the reminder to go out, and you can do that.
okay.
Yeah. But I think
Um,
first things first, I would start with the video. Like, if you want to, this is something I always put in here, and this is something we encourage everyone to do. It's called feedback at Dubb. So I just dropped it in the chat. So if you want to practice one like that, how to record it, then send it over to us. We can give you feedback. Because for everybody here, if you're thinking about recording something like this, these are great. These kinds of like recording samples here are really good for, cold outreach, warm outreach, one-to-one, one-to-many. What is being said on that phone that's going to give someone context, and what is that image behind that's going to give context? So, if you're in real estate, hey, why not put a property address on there? If you want a property behind you, just put a virtual background behind you with the property. But it could be, looks like it's not loading. Could be anything you want though. So for everyone here looking to record something like this or something like this, here's a quick little tutorial on how to do that. So when you come inside the Dubb platform in here, just click the little red camera icon right up here at the top. And that's going to open up the camera. So if you want to get the virtual background, just go below, select virtual background, and then you can come down here. We have some stock stuff, but go to your photos And that's where you can upload any screenshots that you have. And then it creates a little library that looks like this, where you can have people's profiles, properties, company websites, articles you want to share. Just select the one you want, and now you have some immediate context right here when you're recording. Now, if you want to do the phone version, where you're holding a message up, that's where you're going to get the Dubb mobile app on your phone. And when you have it on the phone, this is what it's going to look like. So when you get the Dubb mobile app, here is the home area of the app. You're going to select this square button right there at the top, has a little person in the corner. And when you do that, that is going to give you the ability to type. And when you type, it can either be the person's name, the message, all the stuff we talked about. What's the point? What's the hook on this? Why is someone going to want to click on this? And that's going to be right there and have a little bit of movement to it when you point. Now, when you're using this website recorder, you got a couple options here that you can use. So down at the bottom, you can zoom yourself in for a tighter frame, back yourself up, and you do have a teleprompter. So if you want a pre-made script, you can click right here, go right to scripting with inside the platform. You click on this, you're right inside Dubb. You can copy and paste the script or write it. You also can scroll around to scripts that you already have saved, and you can search for a script that you already have written by title. But if you want a nice presentation from a QR code presentation, thing you want to just get exactly right, have it here, be about arm's distance away, right at the top. Let your eyes flow up to the top line. And then here's your speed. This is the little play button to test it. This is going to back the text off, and this is going to zoom it in. So when I hit record here, here's kind of what the full kind of process would look like. Hi, Rob. This is Rob from Dubb. We are the sales operating system. We use video, automation, and contact management to create connections, conversations, and conversions. And I can hit the pause button right down here at the bottom. If I want to stop the recording, take a break, I can click it again to resume. And if I want to delete the video, red X, it will always ask you, are you sure? So it's not just deleted. And if you do want to save it into the platform, it's the blue check mark, and that's going to save it inside of Dubb to the video edit page. And to close the teleprompter, just tap that, it's closed. So I'm going to hit save on this one, and it's going to save it into Dubb. Now, so this is the style that you want to use for those kinds of things, re-engaging with your audience, introductions, sending something out to a mass audience where it's one message that everybody can relate to. This is a nice way to do that. And inside here, I'm going to cover the video edit page in a second, but your QR code is right there for every video that you can share. Now, some other stuff that you want to pay attention to is what's the point of what you're doing? When it comes to, am I doing cold outreach? Am I following up? Am I reaching out on LinkedIn? Am I sharing a website? Am I giving them a mobile app video that's kind of showing the inside information about something? So you really have to kind of take your scenarios, and then the technology will typically follow. For everyone else that's been popping in here, Chris, David, Dwayne, Layla, Robert, Maurice, if you can do me a favor and just hit a one in the chat if you're new to Dubb, and two if you're returning. I think most of you folks are returning, but it would just be helpful if people put one. I got the balloons going. Ones or twos, that would be great. And then if you want to pop in there what you're looking to see, that would be great. Maurice, let me check the Q&A that you had in here, and then I will pop back over to the questions that we have in there. Typically, we run through the scenario first, but let me just see what some of the questions are, just so I have an idea. Um, yes, so the Dubb QR code does attach to the video. So you make a video, that QR code will go to that video and that landing page that it is on. Michael, can you go over how to change the company logo? I have a few different logos that I use based on different presets. Okay, so Michael, let me pop over to you for a second. Let's see. Michael, if you can hear me. Let's see, Michael, you still here? Can I see you, Michael? Let's see. Oh, there you are. Okay. Hey, Michael. You can unmute yourself if you want to say hi.
Yeah, I'm unmuted. Sorry, I'm in the car taking this meeting
No,
right
hey, are you
now.
driving? Pull over. No, I'm kidding. Just for the
No,
background.
I'm not driving. I'm just sitting in the car.
Okay, got it. All right, got it. Yeah, you gotta be careful of that. So let me see the customization. Let me check in here for logo. Typically, the team does this with setup. I just haven't done the logo myself. I think it's in settings. Let me just look in here real quick. I think it's under profile. You just want to add it to the different presets, right?
Yeah, while you're looking, I went through with that AI chatbot or whatever, and
Oh,
it said
Autumn?
there,
Yeah.
Yeah, it said it's in branding in the presets, and I don't see that branding area in the presets.
Yeah, it might be under settings instead. Let me just grab one right here. Let's see. Let's see. It's probably right under here. Yeah, hold on one second. Let's see. Player color. Hmm. Sorry, I'm just checking presets. Let me see. Display title, logo.
If this is not the best use of everyone's time, and there's
No, no,
just
no,
a
no, no. Don't worry about it. I'll shoot a quick message over to Ina. Ina's like our master tech where everything is. Let me just ask her really quick, and then when I get the answer, I'll shoot it over to you. Let's see.
okay.
Where would? How's everything else going? You recorded any videos other than that?
Yeah, it's been going great. I'm about to do a real big push. This is a great product you have. It's been great so far.
Oh, that's awesome to hear. Yeah, it's a lot of the team's done a really good job with the updates. Like we have a webinar coming up. Not sure the exact date yet, but we added a lot of stuff. So especially on the AI side of things. So it's pretty neat to see the evolution. Michael, I just messaged her right now on Slack. So as soon as I hear back, I'll pop it in the chat.
Awesome, thanks.
Yeah, yeah, of course. And let's see, Sean, is there a way to create an intro and outro template that I can add to videos? So Sean, let me come over to you, Sean. Hey, Sean, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can.
How are you, Sean?
Great. How are you?
Doing good, doing good. Let's see. So, you could do something like this if you want to. There's a couple options out here. So if you have, let me share my screen. If you have a video that you've recorded, let's go to videos here. And let's just say in your video library, you created an intro and an outro, right? So you have that. So you
Yep.
record them, you have them inside your Dubb library in here. So what you could do is, as an option, you always can take this. Let's pretend this is the intro, right? And under details, right here, see the playlist right down here?
Yep.
So what you can do is you create your intros and then it's all about the playlist. Like it's like what's going to play in the sandwich, you know? So if the sandwich video is different every time, all you have to do is create that sandwich video and save it into your video library. And then you can either add it to individual videos, like boom, I can just find that new sandwich video and put it right in here, or I can do it on the preset so it's always there. So you will record your opening, whatever your intro is that you'd like, and then you can record your ending. So, because when we look at these things like this, the playlist plays seamlessly. So you can create different intro videos. And then if the sandwich is different every time, is the sandwich different?
Yes. Yeah.
So you just record, a new sandwich one, and all you do is just take this in the intro that you have and just grab it within your video library, and then you just go to the individual page, like you click on that video like you did here. Say, okay, this is for, let's say for Jen, right? So you go down here and then you just make the new sandwich video you've recorded and add it in. So you just have to record your sandwich video, pop it in here in the playlist, get rid of the other ones, and then have your ending that you recorded as well, and that's last in the playlist. So all you need to record is your opening and your ending, because that will always be the first one, it will always be the last one. And you just have to record different sandwich ones. It's all about the playlist. But this video that you recorded for the opening, that will always be in your video library. It'll always be here, just always select it. And then you have the ability to add and change the playlist ones. Just click details, record your new video, save it into your Dubb library, and add it into the middle, and you always have the ending. Does that make sense?
It does. Yeah. I haven't used the playlist. So the playlist will actually play continuously like it's one
Yeah, it feels like
video.
it feels like it's one. Some people when they first do their openings, they'll do an opening and say, "Hey, check out this next video," or they'll just pause and it will run right into it. Because if we look at this one here, watch this one. Hi, Rob. This is deleted, and if you do more opens, more books, so it runs right into it. So it just depends how you end the video and how you open the next one.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And
Thank
technically, you can do this with the desktop app too. Like if you have the video editor open, like have you used the desktop app yet?
I have. Yes.
Yeah, so if you open the video editor, because every Dubb video you can download MP4, right? You can always drop them in order down here, opening, middle, and then combine them. So I just think the playlist is pretty easy because it's all within the platform. You just record it and then you just change the playlist. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Great. Thank you.
yeah, of course. And then let's see. Let me pop over here. Oh, a bunch of twos. That's awesome. Let's see, McKinnon. Let me jump in here. McKinnon, let me come over to you because I saw that you put a question in there, but I didn't see it in there for some reason. All right, let me pop over here. Hey, McKinnon, you can unmute yourself if you'd like to. Hi, if you want to say hi.
Hello. Yeah, you answered my question on the Q&A. It was about the QR code. Does Dubb create the QR code?
Oh, that's you. Okay, got it. I wasn't sure. It's
And
an Cindy. I'm like, who's that?
but
So,
yeah, no problem. I put a question in the chat just saying, hey, will the recording of this be available to attendees later?
yeah, we'll have it typically what we do is we put it on our YouTube support channel. Usually it's by the end of the day, typically, depending on how the day is, but definitely by the morning, the following morning. So I'll drop this in the chat right now so you have it. And I just dropped it in there. So that's usually the spot where these recordings typically are. We also have a really good Dubb library, which I'll show in a little bit that we do for training as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. And then let's see. Let me just pop through here really quick. Maurice, you asked, why do I see the branding at the bottom of my video? Maurice, let me just pop over here. Hey, Maurice, if you can hear me okay.
Yes, I was getting some help yesterday, and so it's Ine Yane.
Ina, yeah, Ina, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
she sent me a video that was done, and at the bottom of it, I saw a lot of Dubb branding. So is there any way to remove that Dubb branding and put my brand in there?
Yeah, you mean like the big block at the bottom? What,
Yeah, it say Dubb two times, blah blah. Say
yeah, let me grab, there is a way to, you're on a, like a pro plan or a pro plus, or what are you on, Maurice?
pro plan.
Yeah, yeah, this should be, I believe there's a little checkbox you have to uncheck that says branding, but I'm gonna shoot her a message right now. And then I'll just send it over to you. If it's not by the time we're done here today, I'll email it to you directly.
Okay,
Let's see. But
thanks.
I think it's a button within settings that you have. It's like at the bottom, I believe. So let me just check 1 second. I want to make sure it's right though for you. How's everything else going?
Everything's good.
Nice. Nice. Yeah. Have you recording any videos today? What do you got on tap?
I'm not even uh attacking any videos. I'm waiting on the Ozbot camera that I'm getting.
Oh, nice. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, look, at the end of the day, cameras are awesome, lighting's awesome, all that's super important, but it's always about you and the delivery and your personality and all that stuff. That's like a big part of it. So that's cool. I just messaged Ina, so as soon as I hear back, Maurice, I'll pop it in the chat for you.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, of course. And let's see, bum ba ba JR, using Dubb as an intro with outbound mail, creating a targeted voice video mail with prospects logo as my background, wanting to attach 3 documents as support information. With a response form as a key landing spot. Okay, so JR, can you hear me okay?
Yes, how are you?
Good. How are you, JR?
Good. I've actually been a member of your family since Ruben came out to Charlotte and did the presentation with Jeffrey Gitomer.
Oh, very nice. Yeah, Mr. Gittimer. He's been with us for a number of years now. He's super funny. I like Jeffrey.
He's a trip.
Yeah, he's a Philly fan, which is the worst part about him, but I mean that's okay.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm going to I've been doing some very simple dubs out, which are highly successful.
Okay.
I am about to do something where I'm going to be using the subscription navigator, I guess it is, for LinkedIn,
Yeah.
and finding high value targets where I'm sending a Vmail out. And I wanted to have a combination of things on there. I wanted to have a an intro and an outro that I create on off in another platform and add them,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then sandwich in my targeted individual pitch.
Yeah.
And after the outro, there's going to be, and now respond to this form.
Mm.
And so it's sort of a complicated thing for a guy who's been crawling. I want to run from crawling, and you're responsible to make me do that immediately, perfectly.
Well, I'll tell you with the key thing is just having like, when people watch these videos on these landing pages, it's really about what is happening below once that happens. You know what I mean? So if someone gets a video and then what kind of action, can they take typically down here, right? So for these to be any kind of form fills or download a document or a PDF, like at the end of these videos like you're talking about, you want them to be able to do something down here, right?
Right.
Yeah. So if you do that, the best way to do it is if you come inside Dubb, you can do it in a couple ways. So over here in the dashboard, see where it says assets right here?
Yeah.
Just come to calls to action first, and you just want to create these buttons. And this is a little tutorial right here on how to do it. You click the blue plus button up here at the top. And then when you do here, just give it a little internal name, whether it's a download of a document. And what you want to do is come to the type. So this is where it can be a calendar, chat, document, email, form fill. So whatever kind of thing you want them to do, just select it, and then you'll be able to take some actions in here based on the type that you want to do. If it's a document, PDF, whatever you'd like. And then
Perfect.
once these buttons are created, then you want to come over to presets right here. These are the actual landing pages. And you want to be able to, I'll just hit the edit button so you can see. And then you just want to be able to attach the right calls to action buttons that you want on the right landing pages, if that makes sense.
Right. Now, will that happen? Oh, it'll just be a button. I got it.
Yeah,
So,
whatever kind of button you have, and then you're basically deciding, well, okay, what buttons do I want on this landing page? What do I want people to do? So anytime you make a video and you have this preset landing page attached to this video or any video you make, it will always have these buttons. You can always edit them and change them or have different landing pages with different buttons on them for different folks and outreaches. So it's totally up to you on that.
great. Well, and that answers my other question about 3 or 4 lines down, because I actually want to put a couple instructional pages on there, sort of background documentation on how our operation functions.
You
So
can
those are just on those buttons as well. And I'll just explain that in my intro video.
Yeah, I think it's really just about clarity of what those things are and what you want them to do. That's kind of the biggest thing. Because at the end, hey, there's a document to download, there's a form to fill out. Just be very specific in terms of what they're supposed to do. And usually kind of naming the buttons is pretty good. And we usually try not to have, too many buttons below because you don't want the whole, paralysis by analysis thing as far
Yeah,
as.
it'll be 3, but I want to compliment you and Darius and Ruben. The 3 of you are awesome. You have a great product. Um, there's nothing like it on the market, and there won't be, and it just gets better. And you've got the AI and the analysis and everything. And can you tell I'm a happy camper?
Yeah, no, I really appreciate it. It's very sweet of you to say. The Darius and Ruben and the team, Ina and Rena and the whole crew, they do a great job. So we try to just present it as best we can, try to give the best advice we can, and say, hey, this is the tech you should probably give a shot to. Of
Thank you. Appreciate the help.
course. And then David, I saw your question. Hey, David, how are you? If you can hear me, okay, David.
Yeah, I can. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, how you doing?
Good, good. Appreciate you taking the time here.
Yeah, of course. Let's see. Is there a way to actually cut and paste the intro outro clips into the sandwich video? Isn't there a
And
setting that you
upload
would
the
have to enable for the playlist
video
to play
full answers.
correctly and seamlessly? So with the playlist stuff, it will always play one right after the other, so we'll always run into each other. But if there is a way to add stuff in, it would just be with the Dubb desktop app. So
Okay.
what you would do is, do you have the desktop app?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, so what you would do is go like this. So let me share my screen. So first of all, inside Dubb, you would find, you record your videos, right? The ones you want.
hmm
And then every Dubb video has an MP4 that you can download right
hmm
here. So just download the MP4s of the ones that you need. And then all you have to do, if you want to do this version, open up the desktop app. Oh, actually, can you see the desktop app? Hold on. Let
Yeah.
me, yeah,
Well,
but you might not be able to see this part of it because I was just using it yesterday. Hold on one second. Let me, display controls and recording. When I was showing this earlier, I don't think anything showed up. Hold on. I was just using it yesterday to make some content. And we only show the controls so people can see them. So desktop app here, and then you want to open the video editor right here. So you can click this here, and this is where you're going to drag and drop the MP4s. So you can drop them in sequential order, and then you can move the order around if you want to, and then you merge them all into one video at the end.
I'm actually just realizing I don't think I have the ability to have the actual desktop app. I thought I did, but it's because I have the Chrome add-on or the Edge addon. My
Oh, got
company
it.
doesn't allow me to install the
Oh,
Uh,
they don't give you the go ahead to use the desktop app. I
no.
think
I
there
guess
was one other
we're like
person.
third graders, but
Oh yeah, we had one other person that did that too. They weren't allowed to get the app. It was just supposed
yeah.
to be within what they're doing. So,
Is
yeah,
there any other feature that has it? Like, does the web application have it?
not like that though. Like editing within the platform. Like if you have a dub video already in there, there's no way to like splice in. Like if I click editing here, it really is only about cutting and trimming in here,
Right, right.
cutting it up. So what you can, I mean, you can technically, yeah. See, no, you'd have to use the desktop app. I would use
I'll
the.
just do it. I have a personal laptop and I have the Dubb desktop app on that. So
Oh, okay, there you go.
I just always like to have everything on one platform. It makes it easier, but it's not a huge deal. And I'm not going to do that, you know, every single video is not going to have that
Yeah.
necessarily. So
I guess like if you had to, the playlist could work. It just depends on the
right,
last thing that you're saying and the first thing that you're saying.
right.
That really
I
depends.
guess that goes to my next question, my ending question, which was, do they always play seamlessly, or is there any way that the user could have settings in such a way that prevents the playlist from automatically playing?
I haven't seen that. The only thing I've
Okay.
seen is where someone has if and we don't recommend this, like there's an option for autoplay with the videos, but the problem with autoplay is I believe some of the browsers turn the sound off. So it would start playing, but someone wouldn't hear and they'd have to stop it, redo it, and then hit play. But I don't know of anything that would stop the actual playlist once the first video is played, though.
Oh, so you're saying that you don't have to have autoplay. Oh no,
Autoplay,
you're talking
uh,
about autoplay when they open it, it starts playing, not auto
yeah.
run the playlist.
Yeah. I'm just saying in general, like I haven't seen any kind of issues with, people watching it other than if someone has autoplay on and it starts playing, but the sound won't be on
Okay.
browser. So we always say don't use autoplay, let them click on the animated GIF. But once they do that, if they let it run, it's gonna run into the next videos.
Okay. Got it. That answers my question. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course, David. And then let me pop over here really quick. Let me just see if we have the answer to that other question that I had, that Michael had. Let me pop back over here. Let's see. Let's see. The preset. Hmm. Okay, so let me get this one first. All right, I'm going to share my screen in 1 second. I just want to pull up the right page here. Okay, I think it's right down here. I'm looking for the branding spot. Hold on 1 second. Okay, so let me go back here and I'll show you how I got here. So, let's see, where is who had that question? It wasn't Michael, it was, I believe it was Maurice. Maurice, can you hear me okay if you're still in here?
Yes.
Let me just show you this really quick with the branding. Here we go. So at the bottom of the page, so if you inside your Dubb dashboard here, just go to your profile pic and then go to your settings right here. And then come over here under customization right here. And then scroll down the bottom and see this second one right here. Disable Dubb branding here and right here. Just disable those. And you can also disable it on showcase pages if you want as well. So these three, one, two, three. And then you should be good on your pages.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. And then, Michael, let me just get a little clarity on this one right here. Hold on 1 second. Let me pop this over. Okay. All right. So let me pop back over here and see what's on the lower end here. Okay. And Maurice, you had an additional question too about the FAQs for sales assistant. If the FAQ and answer in the FAQ uploaded the document, will it pull the answers from the FAQ and answer the client question? Okay. So Maurice's question is about the AI sales assistant, Sia. So on these pages here, let me pop back over here and show you what SIA is for everybody. So when someone clicks on a Dubb video, they're on the Dubb landing page, and over here to the right is SIA. This is the Sales Interactive Assistant. And SIA has the ability to answer questions, whether they're FAQs or if they're questions live in the actual setting right here. So if someone clicks on a video, they come over here to the right, you can have up to 20 FAQs. You can ask the AI a question. And when the AI question is asked, it's going to reference a few things. And I'll show this in 1 second. But SIA is educated with website links, so physical links, resource links to the website. It learns what's physically on that page in text. It can't watch any videos or click on sublinks. And you can also upload a PDF for information as well. And you can create FAQs right here. So when SIA is referencing this knowledge, it's referencing all of the stuff that's in there for the best answer. So right in here, it pushes for something at the end as well. What's the next action that you want someone to take? So to educate these AI assistants on the different landing pages, because you can have a different AI assistant for different parts of your audience, just like we talk about with landing pages. You know, if you're in real estate, buyers and sellers, recruitment, employers and candidates, you want different landing pages for different segments of your audience, and you can also have specific assistants on those pages that are only educated on that part. Or you can have an all-knowing SIA that knows everything if you want to do that. So within the Dubb dashboard, this is where this would be. So under assets to the left, it's going to be under sales assistants right here. And then when you click here, you'll notice I have a number of them here. And blue plus button if you want to create new ones, but I'll click the edit button just so you can see this. So inside of here, resource links is going to be all the different links to your site if you have a website. So you can see here, dubb.com, support, features, because it's going to physically learn what's in text on those pages. So you're educating through the links. And then the FAQs here, you again create up to 20. First three, choose the first three that will show. And then you can create the answers in here. And then below here, this is where you can upload your PDF or TXT document. And then you can give a little message in terms of what you want CA to say on the page, like, hey, what's the default message? It can collect email, phone, name, but if you already have all that, you can just uncheck it. And you want it to push for something at the end after every answer. So whatever desired outcome that is right there. SIA can also be put out there into the world as an external link. So it doesn't always have to be on a landing page. You can click external link right here and it opens up like ChatGPT. So you could share this with someone where if you send someone an email and maybe you're in contact with someone, hey, John, here's my sales assistant. And you can send this right here. And this is already when you're kind of having some dialogue. And then they click on it and it opens up on its own just like this, where it has the FAQs and the questions. Does that help, Maurice?
Well, yeah, you know what I'm saying, but mine was more so what I wanted to know is when I upload that FAQ,
Mhm.
if I upload a FAQ and the document, and
Mhm.
once I uh, uh, have the questions on there, if I answer the questions,
Mhm.
is that telling the sales assistant that's the answer I want them to send back, or I mean, I'm just saying, how does that work?
Or is it
Because
interpreting the answer, you mean?
right,
Yeah, no, it's the answer that you want to give back. So if you said, if the FAQ is how do I download a video from my Dubb library? First, you want to go to the Dubb video library, then you want to click the MP4 button. So whatever you're giving the answer for, that's the answer that it will give.
but I would have to do it on the platform in,
Um,
in the software, but not on the FAQ.
Sorry,
it's really the
Not
only,
on the document.
yeah, well, the only real reason for the
call
FAQ
today
is just
because
to make it easier. You know
and
what I mean? So if you
Right.
didn't
been a
have the
long day.
FAQs, it would still pull the
Call
answer
me when you
from
can.
wherever you wanted that to happen, if that makes
704
sense.
846.
Okay, I got
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. So it's really just, it's more of like ease of use. I can see what that question is. People always ask these things. But if the answer to the FAQ is there and it's also in the doc, and the answer isn't different, then it's going to give the right answer regardless.
Like for instance, one of my main thing with the clients is how much do you charge?
Hmm.
So I would want them to send back. I mean, the sales assistant
Hmm.
is that please go to www my website and click on instant quote, or I can just send that instant quote URL, have the sales assistant send it back to the client. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I mean, whatever your answer is, and that question, you can always do a test too. You can pop something in there like that, ask the question, send it out, and you can send it to yourself. You can check it in an incog window, so you can set it up and then open an incog window on your computer, ask it, and see what the answer is. But
Okay,
it should be what it should. If you're pushing for a link and next step, like go here and then do this, that's what it should say.
got you. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. And then let's see, Kyan, I think you had a question over here, buddy. Let me see. Let me come back over to you. Hold on. Okay, go ahead, Kyan.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure if you got my question answered from yesterday, the one me and my dad had about how many attachments I can add in a Dubb email coming out of Dubb.
And when you say attachments, you mean dropping the videos in the body of the email?
Yeah, how many attachments can I add in the Dubb email coming out of Dubb?
So you mean here, let me just make sure we're on the same page here. Let me just show you. So you mean like if we were going like this, let's just say we were sending this one. Do you mean how many videos can be dropped in here, or do you mean when someone clicks on this, how many attachments can be down here, like PDFs?
Yes, I think that's what me and my dad was trying to do like a day ago, I think.
Okay, like how many, like in other words, how many buttons down here could you have as PDF documents? Like how many could be here?
Yeah, like in the email campaigns, like
Hmm.
um we try to add like PDFs in there,
Hmm.
but you can't do that either in the email campaigns.
And you're talking about just as like a regular attachment to the email within campaigns, like a regular old attachment. That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'll follow up with Darius on that one because I'm not too sure about it. Let's see. Regular attachments for
I have
campaign.
Darius today too.
Yeah, listen, he's the man to ask. Yeah, but as far as that, I mean, I know with like campaigns and just regular email stuff, the less attachments, the better, obviously, for deliverability and all that kind of good stuff. So I'm sure he has a pretty good take on that. You know. And let me see. Let me.
Thanks, Rob.
Yeah, yeah, of course, Kai. And then, all right. So let me jump over into here. I don't see any more questions on this side. Boom, boom, boom. Very good, very good, very good. All right, good. Okay, so let me share this right here. So this is something that we're really big on. If people haven't done this yet, let me just share my screen on the dashboard here. All right, let me share my screen. So right inside here. This was mentioned earlier. So in the dashboard, if anybody if you haven't used Auto yet, our little friend up here to the right, we just added this a couple months ago. One thing to remember about Auto is if you're in your Dubb account and when Auto is closed, see how you can see partner stuff, training stuff, kind of this whole column here. When you open up Auto, if you're not seeing something, just move this back like that to go move along to the quick actions or just pop Auto closed and you'll be able to see everything else you need to see. Auto is really good for kind of more detailed questions. I think Maurice was mentioning he used it, but you can ask like, what are the best kinds of videos to make for real estate? Just as an example, and then it's going to give you a pretty good list back, and it typically gives you a some links at the end as well. So Auto's not only good for, within the platform kind of stuff. How do I do this? How do I do that kind of stuff? Similar to like the intercom system we have, but just a little more detail. But it's also good for more strategy stuff too, like why should I open with a hook? What's a good hook to use for this industry? And it will access a lot of the information the team put in there to really give you some good suggestions, like you can see right here. And then it always has resource links at the end. So if you haven't played with Auto yet, it's right over here to the right. Tap on it to close it, tap it again to open it, right over here. Also, in terms of AI stuff with writing, obviously, we all use ChatGPT. It's great. ChatGPT is awesome, but OpenAI is the backside of this one, and we added about almost a year ago now. I'm not sure how many people have taken advantage of this, but we have a profile feature within Ira within here. So how we talk about the Dubb landing pages, how we say, hey, these pages should be related to different segments of your audience, so it feels like you're speaking to them. The same thing with the AI assistant in here. Just come in here, and if I was in, let's say, recruitment, if I worked with candidates and employers, just click the little button here, creates a little profile in here where Ira can learn about this part of your audience and the outreach. So you just start answering the questions, and by the time you get down here, You can choose a preferred tone of communication because it might be different depending on the audience. And then you also can apply this writing structure. We've done a couple social videos about this where opening with a hook is just really big. I mean, social media and sales are pretty much almost one now in terms of like you got to be interested, otherwise people are in a swipe mentality. So you definitely want to open with a hook. What does it mean to them? It's less about you, more about them. What's that piece of information you really want to offer them or something that's going to stop them in their tracks and make them think? And then you want to address the needs. You want to provide the value. Now, the value part of it could be a downloadable guide below the video, below. It could be a piece of information, like an article that you're sharing, anything where it is related to why you reached out. And then the last part is the compelling call to action. So even though you're offering the value below in some kind of format or some link, you still can offer, hey, listen, if you like what you saw here, you can email me back, you can book a time in my calendar, you can even reply with a video. So when you do all this and you click save, then all you have to do when you come in here on a daily basis is say, okay, what part, and you can create a number of these, what part of my audience am I focusing on? Select the one that you are, come down here and choose a prompt. We're all used to doing prompts now. It's like a big part of life. And I'll say on my video is the best for sales. Choose a length, hit submit. And with Ira, when it does kick the copy back out, you do have a number of options with this. You can have it read back, in an AI voice. Sometimes it's nice to just have it read back to you. You can copy it to a clipboard. You can port it directly to scripts. We do this a lot. Like we'll use Ira, we'll give it a human pass, make little changes if we have to, and then we'll import it directly to scripts inside the platform, which is under assets, and then we'll load it right into a teleprompter, and then we'll just deliver it. We do that a lot for our content. And then you can import it to a voice video too. Voice video stuff is more along the lines of if you don't want to use you don't want to be on camera and use your voice, maybe learn the weather, you're not, you don't want to do it for that day, but you want to send something a little more impactful than just a text-based message. Upload a photo, choose the AI voice, and you can send that out. You also can do the avatar stuff. So you can come right over here. We have a full library of this stuff with our stock avatars in here. You also can technically create your own right here, give it an AI voice. And we've seen these used pretty much in email campaigns, kind of a pedestal kind of feeling like, hey, Rob would love to speak with you, that kind of thing. Also within screen videos, walkthroughs of like administrative or educational contract kind of stuff. Click here, go here, that kind of stuff. YouTube videos. So totally up to you in terms of how you want to kind of use that. But that's what we've seen as far as the use cases. The human, the human effect for even as big as AI is getting and is for as useful as AI can be in these lot of different scenarios that we talked about. It's really nice when it's supportive of the human because I think people, really crave that human contact in terms of that. As far as the styles of videos, just again, something to think about. This style here, there's another good style that works really well, and it's this one. This is when any website sharing that you want to do, this is with the Dubb Chrome extension. Puts you on top of anything browser-based, walk someone through something. The use cases for this for real estate are obviously, hey, real estate property walkthrough, but this could be any industry where you want to share your own site with someone, be on a company's website, share an article, anything that you want to do that's browser-based. A big part of it is also LinkedIn outreach, that a lot of us do on LinkedIn. So on LinkedIn, we definitely recommend Chrome. Click it right up here to open up. It's going to put you right on the screen like this, and then put yourself kind of right next to Ruben. I wouldn't go too big on your size. You don't want to cover everything. You want the person to see the profile. Put yourself here. You can change shape. You can zoom yourself in. A lot of really neat options in here. You can jump to full screen when you want to make a point. You can come right back to the page. You have an annotation tool to point things out, which is neat. You also have the ability to use a teleprompter if you want to have that as an option. And when you hit record here, I always go tab option up here because tab is a nice clean cut of the page. It's not going to get any of the mess at the top. If you do go full screen, I would just clean up the tabs, because you might want to bounce around to different tabs, and that's totally fine. If you go camera, opens up like a webcam, I think tab is probably the best option. And when you hit record, all you have to do is choose your tab. There it is. Click share. And then you start your 3, 2, 1 countdown. And something like this. Remember your animated GIF. What are you doing for those first 3 seconds? Then jump to full screen, make your point, come back. And jump to full screen. You can hover over and double click your mouse, double click, or you can hit the little button at the bottom. This is expand webcam up, expand it back. And you can roll around, you can move, you can be very free flowing if you want to, if that's more your style. You also can hit the pause button down here at the bottom. So if you want to stop the process and say, okay, hold on, what am I doing next? And then click it again to start again. Annotations, again, are nice to use to really kind of point some things out. Text on screen for some, kind of hammering home the messaging. You can put things in order. All of these annotations are going to stay sticky too. They'll stay up there where they're supposed to stay if you want to continue moving down, and then you can just delete them off the page. But reaching out on LinkedIn, sharing anything browser-based, this is a really nice way to do it. Now, as far as sharing, like let's just say I recorded this video, right? But I want to send it to Ruben on LinkedIn. You definitely want to connect with someone first. If you try to send a Dubb video without being connected, and you send it with a connection request, it's only going to show up as a link. You won't get the nice animated GIF. And most people connect, so I would just send a little connector message, click message, and then when you do, you have the little Dubb button down here at the bottom, little LinkedIn integration, click it there. And when you do, you just have to find your video. I'll turn my camera off. I'm scrolling through my video library over here to the right. I can choose whatever I want, pop it in there. And when you do, you're going to end up seeing this. And this is really the style that you want someone to see. You're on their page, you're right there, and it's very specific. Now, that's with the Chrome extension. That's open it up, it's browser based, it's right there. Now, something else that you can really do that's very specific is you can use the desktop app, okay, to be even more specific. So I could take the screen recorder up here and click record screen. And the cool thing about the desktop app is this. Let me show you this. So if I open up the camera, let me reopen this. So when I open up the desktop app, I'm going to click record screen, open up my webcam. It's got all the same functionality. But the cool thing about the desktop app is you can really get specific with cropping. So I'm on custom now. So imagine instead of sending the full profile to Ruben, if you see something interesting on someone's LinkedIn, like let's just go like this, right? Just as an example. I'm going to move this in here. Let's go like this. I'm going to move this up just a little bit. I'm going to go right here like this. I'm going to take my annotation tool. I'm going to take my arrows and I'm going to point just like this. And then I'm going to hit record. Hey, Ruben, this is Rob. Listen, I didn't know you wrote a book. That's fantastic. Click record. I got to check this thing out. Hit the check mark down the bottom. And that is a pretty interesting animated GIF. So the desktop app really gives you the ability to crop in on a certain thing that you want to show someone, and they'll see that as an option in terms of just being on their profile. And being on their profile is great, but you can get a little like a little deeper cut on that stuff. You can do the same thing with like if you're in real estate doing a market update, what's the whole point of the update? Is it about rate changes? Like what's kind of the heart of the matter? And then you can go to it's like a little preview, like you see a trailer before a movie. What's the kind of point of it? You can kind of not give it away, but you're really selling the biggest point of that video. Because like with a lot of YouTube videos, they'll show the beginning, you kind of see the middle of what the action is, and then it restarts from the beginning. So I think we just think about what's the biggest message that someone's going to see when you see that animated GIF. Smiling and waving, fantastic. It's 100% ahead of a lot of people that don't even make videos. But I would just think a little bit about the context and the point of what you're sending. Okay, so it looks like we're about 5 minutes to the top of the hour. Kind of a little packed session there, but any questions from anybody before we leave on anything on anybody's mind before we head out for the day? Anybody? Going once, going twice, going thrice? Okay. Well, then everybody, I will see you tomorrow if you come on back. The training will be on YouTube later today under YouTube support or tomorrow morning for sure. So, but thanks for showing up, everybody. Really appreciate it. See you soon.
Bye, Rob.
Bye, Kai. Bye, guys.